the vehicle that take you to your destination. That means start with your legs and vehicle needed to transport you to your destination. Vehicles have various kinds, and it is left for you to pick the right vehicle for your trip. Pick the wrong vehicle, and you reach your destination at longer time or never at all. Life is a journey in which destination is success. Your business in life is success. Welcome to Success Digest, where we analyze and discuss the ingredients necessary for your financial independence and also to enable you to live a life of abundance. My name is Kayode Enrighton, the publisher of Success Digest video series and the journals and the CEO, Kenis Consult Limited, a financial service firm that is based in London. I'm going to discuss with you today on the topic, a house built with saliva. A house built with saliva. A house built with saliva is an African proverb that says a house built with saliva will collapse under the drops of dew. A house is not just where we live, it is where life is found. Home is where we belong. For a typical home or a specific project, construction requires about 8,000 liters of water for the mixing of concrete, mortar, and plastering, starting from the foundation. Saliva is the watery liquid secreted into the mouth by glands, providing lubrication for chewing, swallowing, and aiding digestion. The volume of saliva secreted per day in healthy adult is between 0.5 to 1.5 liters, about 2 to 6 cups. It is therefore impossible to build a house with the limited watery liquid of saliva and expect that house to stand. The literal meaning of this proverb is that a project, business, a career, or life, including relationship, built on deceit, dishonesty, or lack of integrity, will inevitably fail. This shows that saliva is an unsustainable, inappropriate, weak building material, symbolizing a flawed foundation. It is a figurative expression to warn against shortcuts, dishonesty in business, or in building a life of falsehood. The deal represents test of time or small amount of pressure that will cause the business, the career, or project to fall apart as it was never built to last. Your business in life is to succeed, and this can only be achieved when the three things which all mankind desires and which are necessary for our highest expression and complete development are present. These three things are health, wealth, and love. Those who possess all the three find nothing else which can be added to their cup of happiness. Unfortunately, only one of the three is within our control to influence, and this is wealth. Good health is God-given, coupled with your geology and the kind of life that you are living. You can decide who to love. You cannot decide who will love you, not even your offspring. I discovered that it is easier in life to become a rich person than to have a successful relationship, simply because coming together successfully takes two to tango. A motorist who has never been involved in any accident is not a reflection of his or her excellent driving ability. An idiot can run into you or just one technical fault with your automobile and end up in an accident. Building your temple of success is a metaphor for personal development and success. It involves having a vision and building upon it with strong habits, motivation, and actionable plans, while mentally visualizing your goal and taking necessary action. It involves combination and the use of quality materials, not building a house with saliva. It involves exercising present effort and labor for future glory. No success without sacrifice. If your peace of mind and your happiness depend on the presence of these three in your life, and if you only have absolute control of just one of these three, will it not be wise to build that temple of success with the best quality of materials and the appropriate quantity in volume? But that is not what most of us do. Everything that man creates or acquires begins in the form of a thought which crystallized into a desire. Desire is the first step in man's journey to success, from abstract to the concrete and into the workshop of the imagination. Imagination is the workshop where plans for its transition to success are created. To be sure of success, you must have plans which are faultless. A good plan must enjoy the advantage of the experience, the education, and native ability and imagination of other minds. No man can accomplish enduring results of a far-reaching nature without the aid and cooperation of others. No individual has sufficient experience, education, ability, and knowledge to ensure the accumulation of great fortune without the cooperation of other people. Every plan you adopt in your endeavor to accumulate wealth should be the joint creation of yourself and every other member of your group. By this group, I mean your associates of like mind who come together in harmony and in pursuit of the same goal called mastermind group. You may be the originator of your own plans, either in whole or in part, but see that those plans are checked and approved by the members of your mastermind group. It is the first plan which you adopt. If the first plan which you adopt does not work successfully, replace it with a new plan. If this new plan fails to work, replace it also until you find a plan which does work. Lack of persistence has become the downfall of many who failed to realize that a failed plan is not failure, but temporary defeat and a lesson to try another plan. No man is ever whipped until he quits in his mind. Adversity and temporary defeat are generally blessings in disguise for those who refuse to accept failure from the onset. Thomas A. Edison failed 10,000 times before he perfected the electric light bulb. That is, he met with temporary defeat 10,000 times before his efforts were crowned with success. Winners never quit, and quitters never win or ever succeed. We see men who have accumulated great fortunes, but we often recognize only their triumph, overlooking the temporary defeats which they have to summon before they arrive. I'm going to repeat it that no individual has sufficient experience, education, native ability, and knowledge to ensure the accumulation of a great fortune without the cooperation of other people. A man who thinks that he can do it alone is building his house with saliva. Intelligent planning is essential for success in any undertaking designed to accumulate riches. Accumulation of riches starts by the selling of personal services. Practically, all the great fortunes began in the form of compensation for personal services or from the sale of ideas. Plans are inert and useless without the sufficient power to translate them into action. Power is required for the accumulation of money and also required for the retention of money after it has been accumulated. Power is organized knowledge, and knowledge, when acquired, may be converted into power by organizing it into definite plans and by expressing those plans in terms of action. Sources of knowledge includes, and not limited to, infinite intelligence, accumulated experiences and experiment and research. It is converted into power when these are organized into definite plans and by expressing those plans in terms of action. Examination of these three major sources of knowledge will readily disclose the difficulty an individual will have if he depended upon his effort alone in assembling knowledge and expecting it to definite plans in terms of action. If his plans are comprehensive and if they contemplate large proportions, he must generally induce others to cooperate with him before he can inject them into the necessary elements of power. I believe I should again define what it meant by mastermind principle. It is the coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. It says two or more, not one or more. You can see that no individual may have great power without availing himself of the mastermind principle. It is not an understatement if I repeat it that he who walked alone built his house with saliva. Analyze the record of any man who has accumulated a great fortune and many of those who have accumulated modest fortune, and you will find that they have either consciously or unconsciously employed the mastermind principle. Great powers can be accumulated through no other principle. It is a well-known fact that Henry Ford began his business career under the handicap of poverty, illiteracy, and ignorance. It is an equally known fact that within the inconceivable short period of 10 years, Mr. Ford mastered this handicap, and that within 25 years, he made himself one of the richest men in America. Connect with this fact the additional knowledge that Mr. Ford's most rapid stride became noticeable from the time he became a personal friend of Thomas A. Edison, and you will begin to understand what the influence of one mind upon another can accomplish. Go a step further and consider the fact that Mr. Ford's most outstanding achievement began from the time that he formed the acquaintances of Harvey Firestone, John Burroughs, and Luther Burbank, each of a man of great brain capacity. Then you will have further evidence that power may be produced through friendly alliance of minds. I therefore believe that men take on the nature and the habit and the power of thought of those with whom they associate in a spirit of sympathy and harmony. Henry Ford beats poverty, illiteracy, and ignorance by aligning himself with great minds, whose vibration of thought he absorbed into his own mind. Through his association with Edison, Burbank, Burroughs, and Firestone, Mr. Ford added to his own brain power the sum and substance of the intelligence, experience, knowledge, and spiritual forces of these four men. He who walks alone shortchanges himself and is as dangerous as a snake. Snakes walk alone, and nobody ever sees groups of snakes. Not even its children walk with mother snake. This mastermind principle is available to you, therefore use it. It takes wisdom to be aware and accept your ignorance, for instructively, you will begin the process of walking out of your ignoramus state. Those with little knowledge, who claim to be wise, are fools. In their illusions, they fail to acquire additional knowledge needed to get them out of their intellectual deficiencies. Desist from building your house with saliva, but build your house with the best quality and enough quantity of materials to have a sustainable temple of success. I'm going to stop here, and if you need more analysis on this topic or any of my previous videos, please feel free to contact us at Kenny's Consult Limited and allow us to discuss with you more enlightenments and ingredients needed for becoming financially independent. We are the financial experts that specializes in financial management. We will invest your fund on financial instruments for you at stock exchange and manage it for you thereafter. Let us continue to travel together on this journey of success to the path of wisdom. To be informed, to be transformed, and not to be informed, is to be deformed. My name still remains Kayo the Enwrighton, and I can be reached on 07427942000 or 07951 775255. Better still, visit our website, kennysconsultlimited.uk. kennysconsultlimited.uk. If you are blessed by this video, please subscribe to it, share and like it. Also visit our blog on YouTube for more of our video. Please continue to enjoy your success.
Welcome to Success Digest, where you obtain ingredients for your financial abundance and financial wellness and be fully financially independent. Let us travel together on this our journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed is to be transformed. Not to be informed is to be deformed. Success Digest leads you to financial independence.